Hi everyone, my name's John. I started my channel a few weeks ago. Of course, with the holidays and everything else, haven't been able to post a second scent review yet, so here I am with my second one. I wanted to tell you something about something I picked up a couple of months ago, relatively inexpensive, how I get a number of my fragrances. I don't have the original packaging, but packaging was nothing to really make much of a fuss over. This is what I'm going to talk about. I'm not going to talk about the aftershave so much, but it's this is the bottle. This is a Fujiyama Homme, or it's also called a Fujiyama Homme Succes de Paris. The words Success de Paris are not on my bottle. I just have the, I don't know if you can see it on top there, the Fujiyama Homme. This is supposed to be, as I'll get into in the body of my review, this is supposed to be sort of a knockoff of Issey Miyake Homme. So much of my review is going to be based on the assumption that you'll know to some degree what Issey Miyake Homme smells like, which probably in this community is not a big assumption. So I gladly made it for the purposes of simplicity. Fujiyama Homme was launched in 1995. And it's considered a fresh, woody fragrance for men. Excuse the atmosphere. It's thundering and raining and lightning outside. So if you can hear that, that's what that is. Fragrantica doesn't provide a nose. But the year earlier, in 1994, L'Eau d'Issey Homme was launched. And the similarities are so striking that it almost makes you think that this was just sort of picking up on the coattails of L'Eau d'Issey because it was so popular and perhaps gained its... I don't remember when L'Eau d'Issey came out. I was, I think, 11 at the time, and certainly not as big into fragrance as I am now. But I'm guessing it became pretty immediately popular, as it still is 20 years later, and people were just trying to impersonate it. Fujiyama must have been one of the people that hopped on board. It's so similar that doing a review that wasn't really based around a comparison would be unfair to it. So I'm going to basically compare them. I am going to do a review of L'Eau d'Issey in its own right. I got a nice 6.7 ounce bottle of it for Christmas from my very generous aunts. So I'll be doing that in the not too far off future. The notes, according to base notes, are, let me hold up the bottle while I read them off. You have mint, bamboo sap, and sweet clover on the top. In the middle, you have nutmeg, geranium, cedar leaf, and red pimento. And at the base, you have vetiver, benzoin, and cardamom. This is, I'm not going to spray it for you. The spray is perfectly lovely. Gives you a nice distribution and everything. I happen to be wearing Periolis 360 Red right now, so I'm not going to spray this on me. But this is, there's that thunder again. This is a fresher, greener, I hate the word fresh. I mean, it doesn't really say much. It's kind of ambiguous. It's a fresher, greener version of Issey Miyake for men. Okay, there's this green top note that has a lot of pungent herbaceousness to it, and I'm guessing that's probably the bamboo. A lot of people on base notes in Fragrantica seem to think that this is Issey Miyake with lemon instead of yuzu. Of course, yuzu being the predominant citrus note in Issey, but both directories lack a listing of a citrus note for Fujiyama. And I'm guessing, I suppose this could be a mutual oversight on their part, but I think what's going on here is that people are simply unused to the smelling of the bamboo sap and just how bright and green it is. Bamboo sap was a new smell for me too, so I'd never smelled it and knowingly knew what it was as I was smelling it. It's very obvious when you get your nose on a bottle what the bamboo smell is. It's that top green note. It's the only thing it could be if you look at the note breakdown. The bamboo strikes me as just this blast of sort of crisp grass with an ozonic quality that is kind of reminiscent of the smell in the air after a thunderstorm, appropriately enough. And when this mixes with the mint that's also at the top, you get this earthy, wow, that's loud, but far from dark quality. You get this uplifting, almost sparkly, effervescent smell. And I definitely sense some calone in there, calone, not cologene. Some calone, which gives it that sort of seashore ozonic quality, even though calone isn't listed in the notes. As far as smell goes, Fujiyama Homme is simpler than EC for Men 2. It lacks the dirty earthiness of the sage, possibly the clary sage, that I get in EC, as well as other notes like the sandalwood and the cedar and the more complex white floral accords. While there's verbena and blue water lily and cypriol in EC, Fujiyama just has the geranium to pull up the rear with the floral notes. This dirtiness, really, of the sage and all the woody notes, that's really what makes EC a masterpiece for me. And Fujiyama is lacking that. Because of its sort of transparency and its linearity on my skin, and especially because of the brightness of the mint, Fujiyama has a lot more in common with a lot of the aquatic scents that seem to be really popular with men's fragrances these days. If you like Issey Miyake Perhomme, but you find it too expensive, or if you're looking for something that's really inoffensive for spring or summer, this would be a really, really good choice. And I'm talking about possibly if this is maybe, I think I said, yeah, these two together in a gift set were $14. Yeah, both of these are 100 mils. So we're talking like a fifth the price of EC. Okay, a fifth. That's quite an amount to save. I mean, unless you're really an Issey Miyake stickler, I would say this is a good imitation. As far as limitations go, longevity and sillage are definitely below average on most people who have left comments online. It's even lower than that on me. It's maybe I get a couple hours out of it, and then it becomes sort of like a very close to the skin scent. But like I said, I found this at Ross or Marshall's. I can't recall. The 3.4 100 mil, 3.4 100 mil aftershave, which I don't really use that much. But I mean, for $14, you can reapply it 2 or 3 times a day and not feel guilty about wasting money or feeling that you're being excessive with your newly found cologne habit that I sometimes feel that I am. But it's affordable is my main point. Yes, you don't get the longevity, but the affordability is made very well for a fifth of the price, more than counteract for that. So again, sorry I don't have the packaging, but it wasn't that much. It wasn't that impressive. I'll just show you the bottle. That's been my review of Fujiyama Homme, Succes de Paris.